What's going on, guys? This is Dorico Cherry coming at you from DoricoCherry.com, and in today's video I want to share with you 9 tips that you can do that will change your MLM business forever. All right, so make sure you pay close attention to it, and I got a little special announcement to make. Towards the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you about a product that I'm actually going to be releasing here in the next couple of weeks or so, and I'm going to share with you how you can actually get access to that for a very special release, promotion, giveaway, or whatever. But make sure you pay attention towards the end of the video. But anyway, you're here because you want to learn the 9 tips that I've talked about changing your network marketing business forever. Now, these tips are things that I've actually done in my business. These are tips that, I've learned along the way. All of these things I've actually done myself, and I have gotten some pretty good results off of it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into them. So the first tip is talk to more people. Now, I know when you get started with network marketing, it can be a little intimidating sometimes to go out here and talk to people about your opportunity. Now, I will tell you, if you don't talk to anybody and just think that you're going to build a business just by signing up, it's not going to work like that. So if you want to really get your business moving forward, just talk to more people. That's all you got to do. And I know it can be a little, like I said, it can be a little nerve-wracking and a little scary at first because you really don't have the skills sometimes, especially if you're just getting started. Now, some people, they are naturally sociable like that. They can just go out here and pretty much talk to anybody. If you're not like that, then, maybe you do have to work on that some. But, network marketing is all about connecting with people. It's a people business, right? So talk to more people. Number 2 is talk less and listen more. I can't tell you how important that is to say less. Because too often when you're out here prospecting and talking to people about your business, you wanting to talk about how great the product is, how great your comp plan is, how great the product is, without actually figuring out if there's a need for your product, or if there's a need for someone to want to start a business. We're too busy throwing up on them because we'll want to tell that person how much we love the business. And that's a big mistake, because it's not about what you think, or it's not about how much you like the business. It's about the other person. So learn to talk less and listen more, and that kind of leads me to my next one, which is learn how to ask better questions. Now, when you're talking about answering questions, it kind of goes hand in hand with talk less, listen more. So you want to be asking questions and then listening. Get good at asking questions. So let me give you an example here. So say like you're prospecting someone, and you ask them something like, "Hey, would you be open to a side project if it didn't currently interfere with what you're currently doing?" And they say, "Yeah." So most of the time, what people do, network marketers do, they immediately go into pitch mode, right? They start talking about, again, the product, comp plan, all this other stuff. Whereas you can take it a step further. So if someone says, yeah, they would be interested into looking at it, ask them why. Say, well, what's got you open to wanting to look at a side project? What's got you wanting to maybe start your own business? And start digging a little deep. That's what I mean by asking better questions. Like I said, there's a ton of different questions that you can ask, but you can just take what I just gave you right there and go and implement that today and get some, really good results off of that. So like I said, get better at asking, ask better questions. Okay. Let's see where we at. Number 4. Now, like, if y'all hadn't noticed, I got a little sheet right here. So, I'm totally transparent here. I'm not, some guy, doing these videos trying to be all like, I got all this stuff together. I have to keep my stuff in front of me, so that way I make sure I give you guys all the content. So that's why you see me looking over there. So where we at? Oh, invest into yourself daily. And here's what I mean by that. Invest into yourself daily, meaning like continuously work on your skill set, right? So what I just mentioned about learn how to ask better questions, that may be something that you may have to study on a daily basis. Study prospecting, study people skills, invest into yourself, learn, take the skills that you already have and keep building upon them. Because I can tell you, when you invest in yourself, you actually become more valuable to your team. This is something that I actually learned a little while ago, because think about it. If you get, say for example, you get really good at prospecting, right? You get really good at going out here talking to people. Then you can actually teach your team to do the exact same thing. And what the good thing about that is that that's where the duplication comes into play at. So if you get good at prospecting and get good at asking questions, you can share the knowledge with your team, and then everybody can actually start getting those results like that. Then you start getting the duplication. That's what I mean by investing into yourself. Hire coaches. One of the things that helped me big time was, I remember a few years ago, I think I bought a product. I don't know. I can't remember if it was actually a product, but I paid for a block of time. I can't remember exactly what it was. Be honest with you. I think it was actually, I bought a product, and I think a coaching call or something came with that, or I got a couple of free coaching sessions. But anyway, in that coaching session, they actually told me, I had a problem at the time trying to figure out content, right? Like, how in the world do I come up with this content to actually share with people, blah, blah, blah. And they told me one piece of advice. This one little piece of advice right here totally changed everything for me. They told me to teach the day one version of myself. And that right there was, it sounds simple, but when you first started out, your mind's all over the place. You don't think of things like that. Or at least I didn't anyway. Maybe you did, but I didn't at the time. But just for the cost of that was worth it. And I can't remember what I actually paid for it. Was worth whatever I paid for it at the time was worth it, because it really opened up my mind on how this whole content creation worked. Because when you're just coming online, and again, this video is not about content creation or anything like that, but teaching the day one version of yourself and not trying to go after the gurus or anything like that, because there's a lot of more people who are looking for knowledge. There's a lot more people who are beginners than there are, gurus, right? So at some point you can become a guru or recruit those gurus, but it's all about teaching a day one version of yourself. So that's why it's important to hire coaches. They can shave time off of the learning curve. They can teach you how to generate those leads online. They can teach you how to make those first sales. They can teach you how to be better at prospecting. They can teach you how to ask better questions, is what I was talking about. One of those key things. Okay. Number 6, stay coachable. No matter how much money you make, always stay coachable. Always be, always be looking to learn more. Because I can tell you, you'll never know everything. If you ever get to a point where you're earning 6 figures, or you feel like you've made it, and you stop doing the things that got you there, that's when your business will start falling apart. Right? So don't think that you know everything. Never get to that point to where like you're too good to take advice, or you're too good to listen to someone else. So give you an example here. Let's say, like, if you're making $10,000 a month and you feel like, well, I'm making $10,000 a month and, I'm good now, the bills paid, blah, blah, blah. Can't nobody tell me nothing, whatever. Well, what about that person who's making $50,000 a month or $100,000 a month? Do you think they actually have something, or do you think they actually know something that you don't know, or something, or there is something they could teach you to help you get to $50,000 a month or $100,000 a month, or hell, even $1,000 a month? Whatever the case may be. So the point I'm making is always stay coachable, and never under any circumstance this is the one thing that people say that really hurts their business. Oh, I know that already. Do you really? Because if you know that already, your results will dictate, or your results will show how well you actually know something. So just like I was sitting here talking about asking questions, and maybe you heard that question before, right? So you heard it, but do you really know it? So just saying I've heard that before, or I know that already, doesn't actually mean you know it. Your results will actually tell if you actually know something or not. Okay, so always stay coachable. Number 7, read more books. This kind of goes back to investing into yourself, I want to say, or I kind of would put those two together. But reading more books, right? So you have to constantly be feeding your mind with different materials and things like that on a daily basis. Just to show you what I got, I have books. I have books on top of books, right? So I purchased books. Let me see here. What else do I got here? Expert Secrets, The Compound Effect. Let's see, what else we got here? .com Secrets, The Slight Edge Secrets. Let's see, YouTube Secrets. And I got a stack of other books over here. I also have an Audible subscription where I actually get credits every month and listen to audiobooks. I listen to books, while I'm in the gym a lot of times. And oh man, drop the pen. And so the point being is that when you read more, you put more knowledge into your head, right? You're actually feeding your mind. And that's been a real big key as far as changing my network marketing business around, and it can actually help you out too. So read more books. And if you want a whole list of the books that I recommend, especially for new people, feel free to shoot me an email, Dorico@DoricoCherry.com. I'll be glad to share my list with you on exactly what I'm actually reading and things that I've actually read in the beginning. Number 8. So we're just moving right along. Lean on your company tools more. And what do I mean by that? So don't think that you have to prospect, right? Well, actually, that's wrong. Not saying that you don't have to prospect. Don't think that you have to get up and give presentations. That's what I meant to say. Don't think you got to get up and do presentations, because here's the problem with that. When you do that, people are going to do what you do. So if you present your network marketing opportunity to someone, and you're really sharp with that presentation, and you know all the numbers, the comp plan, and all that stuff, they're going to be sitting back looking at you like, they're going to be thinking to themselves, man, can I actually do this? Can I actually do what he just did or what she just did? Can I actually duplicate that? And a lot of times that's not going to be the case. So this is what I mean by leaning on your company tools. When you present, when you expose someone to your business, let your company, they probably already have tools and things that have company presentations that explain the comp plans. Let that stuff do the heavy lifting for you. And so the good thing about that is that it frees up your time. And then also your prospect is thinking, hey, this person just basically sent me a website. I can probably send someone a website. I can probably do that. I can probably, hand them a phone number and tell them to dial in and listen to a call. Okay, right. So you see what I'm saying? So that actually makes, like I said, it goes back to the duplication thing. That's easily duplicatable versus they thinking they have to get up and get some type of fancy presentation or learn a bunch of, learn the business in day one, right? So for lack of a better word. So lean on those company tools more. Even if you do get good at presenting and knowing all your numbers, let the company tools do most of the heavy lifting for you, right? Someone asks you a question, point them to a tool, right? Someone needs to know something, point them to a tool. I'll give you another tip here. If you're running an online business, and which I hope you are, and someone starts to ask you the same questions over and over again, when you're bringing people on board, consider cutting a video and then actually having it on a private YouTube page to where when someone asks you that question again, you can just point them to that video that basically explains that question. Right. So that's a tip for you that I got from $1 million person that told me that. So some of the questions that you get, like I said, over and over again, consider, creating a piece of content, like I say, preferably a video or something, or maybe something that you write up and actually be able to give that to them. But lean on those company tools more and free up your time. OK, so number 9, we're on the last one here. Learn how to market. Posting a status update on your social media talking about buy my product, join my team, this is a ground floor opportunity. Timing is everything. All that stuff right there. That is not marketing, right? That's just throwing a Hail Mary pass and hoping somebody actually responds to it, right? That's not marketing. Marketing, what's a simple way that I can explain this? Marketing, in a nutshell, is simply the solving of people's problems. When you actually market properly, you can have people actually reaching out to you instead of you reaching out to them. So, I'll give you an example here. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you've probably heard me say this before, but we have a couple stores around here called Lowe's and Home Depot, and they put on these clinics where they actually show people how to actually, build things, right? So they solve problems. People, I'll give you an example. They might have how to build a porch. And the people who come to those clinics are people who are interested in how to build a porch. So when they're actually ready to buy tools to build that porch, well, they at Lowe's and Home Depot, they actually show them, like, just say, hey, you take this hammer and, nail this together, and then you use this stuff over here to level your foundation out. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a builder or anything. I'm just giving you some examples. And they show them how to do all this stuff. And then when they're ready to actually build their own porch, what do you think they go buy the tools from? From Home Depot and Lowe's, right? Because they taught them something. So let me show you how this actually applies to your network marketing business. Let's say, for instance, you put out a training, or you continuously put out training on how to prospect, on how to ask questions, right? Some things that you're learning, and you actually help somebody out, right? So somebody may not know how to present. They may not know how to expose a prospect, and hit myself with my string. They may not know how to expose a prospect to the network marketing business. You show them, right? So they're thinking about starting a network marketing business. And it's like, well, I'm gonna have to do prospecting, but I'm not really sure about how to do this. And you actually help them out, right? You help them out with a bunch of your different forms of content. When that person is ready to maybe join a network marketing company, there's a slight possibility that they could join you, right? Because you already look like an expert. When they want to buy some training, maybe they look to you, you have an affiliate product or something that can help them out because you've actually taught them something. And now they're ready to implement and actually, take things to the next level, and then they can actually buy something. They may actually buy something from you. And I'm not saying that happens all the time, but that's the power of marketing right there. You can, attraction marketing. You can actually attract people to you based off the value that you give them. Right? So when you're creating content, make sure that it's actually helping someone. And that's the whole thing with marketing, is getting people to actually reach out to you. That's the name of the game, generating leads. So I'm just going to recap this video. It's almost 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Talk to more people, the 9 things that you can do to change your MLM business forever. Talk to more people, talk less, listen more, learn to ask better questions. Invest into yourself daily, hire coaches, stay coachable, read more books, lean on your company tools, and learn how to market the right way. So I hope you got some value out these 9 tips that I actually shared with you. They've actually absolutely changed my business. And like I said in the beginning, here in a couple of weeks here, I'm actually going to be releasing my brand new ebook on blogging, network marketing, blogging. And if you want to get access to it, I want to have special pricing for people who are actually on my list. So you want to make sure that you get subscribed over here on my blog at DericoCherry.com. So you'll be notified, because it'll actually go out to the list of people first. And then I'll actually, start telling everyone else, through social media and things like that. So make sure you get subscribed over my blog, DericoCherry.com. And also for doing that, you'll get access to a free audio, 13 ways to generate leads online. So that'll actually get you, so they give you some material that you can actually start using today. You can listen to that audio and start generating leads for your business today. So I hope you got some value out of this video. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe you got a tip that has changed your network marketing business that I didn't cover in this video. If so, leave me a comment below and let me know. Share it with everybody. And if it's helped you out, give it a thumbs up, share it out with anybody you think can get some benefit from it. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care.